Good morning to all of you and welcome to the session. The Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. What is today's editorial about? How does it start? It starts with guarantor, beware. First, you should know the meaning of the word beware. This is a regular word. When you visit certain places or certain houses, you come across a small board, beware of dogs. So, what does it mean? The exact meaning of the word beware. Beware means to be cautious or to be alert. Now, this talks about the person who acts as a guarantor should be alert or should be cautious. So, guarantor, beware. Easy to understand, and it is an important editorial. You may ask why. It belongs to the banking sector. Two reasons it is important. One, you're all prospective bankers. That way it is important. And obviously, any bank exam, a topic related to the banking sector, it is the most important. So, what is the main idea of this editorial? Entrepreneurs signing guarantee will have to be certain that the business will not flounder. Entrepreneurs signing guarantee, those who sign guarantee, they will have to be certain that they have to be sure that business will not flounder. There's another important word, flounder. Flounder means to be in great difficulty, generally speaking. In this context, to be in financial troubles. Now, today you're going to learn a lot of words related to the banking sector. They're very important. The first one, beware. That goes with everyday English as well as effective English. What does it mean? To be alert or to be cautious. Flounder, an important word. It goes with a business enterprise. What does it mean? To be in great difficulty or to be in financial troubles. Upholding, this is a legal term. Uphold means to support or to confirm something. This goes with a quote. Expedite, you have got many a time. Expedite means to speed up. Insolvency, bankruptcy, a little confusing. Insolvency talks about a particular state, and bankruptcy is a legal thing. It goes with the legal aspect. But generally, we talk about corporate insolvency. The word insolvency goes with corporate entities, and bankrupt. Sometimes people say, I'm bankrupt. It goes with individuals as well. Entities means organizations or things, in this context, companies. And substantially, I use this quite often. Substantial improvement means what? Considerable. Affluent means very rich. And today you're going to get work on exercises related to exam topics, errors, parajumble, closed test. And closed test, you're going to have the options for the first time. It's like exam pattern. Phrase replacement also with options. So a very useful thing. As usual, words and meanings. Now let us go to the editorial, ask the basic questions. What is this editorial about? It is about the liability of the personal guarantors if a company declares insolvency or goes bankrupt. Imagine a company has been floated, a business venture has been floated, and someone is a personal guarantor. In the case of this particular company going bankrupt, then it is the personal guarantor is liable. There is one important word here, liability. Liable means legally answerable, legally responsible. Now, what is a framework? Familiar words. Some words are familiar. You should be able to make out. What is a broad framework? It starts with the Supreme Court judgment, the recent Supreme Court judgment, and then it talks about the significant consequence of this particular judgment. It is an important judgment from the banking sector point of view, from banks' point of view, and petitions, some people have filed petitions and the court has dismissed. Then it talks about the dismissal of petitions. Banks stand a real chance. Because of that, banks have a good chance to recover the loans or the money they have given. Banks stand a real chance. That's an important phrase to remember. Corporate leaders, now what is the impact of this particular judgment and who gets badly affected? The corporate leaders, they will have to bear the impact. Then it talks about, gives the example of SBI, and it goes to still the same idea, reiteration, personal guarantors liability. And then at the back end of the editorial, it talks about there's a particular word that has been used, a wrinkle. If you don't know the second meaning of the word wrinkle, then you cannot make out how come. You may wonder how come this word in this context. The word wrinkle goes with everyday English. It goes with a piece of cloth. If you take or clothes, you come across folds, wrinkles. That is one meaning. Another meaning of wrinkle, it goes with old people. When people get old, they get wrinkles on the face, on the body. But in this context, it means a clever innovation, completely different meaning. So, what exactly does it mean, wrinkle, in this context? A new innovation, something that is very intelligent or innovative or creative. Then, at the fag end of the editorial, it talks about the entrepreneurs. It says opinion. They have to be cautious or careful before providing or becoming the guarantor. So, this is the broad framework. And what is the significance of this editorial? It is very important. What is the reason? It belongs to the banking sector, and it is important from prelims point of view, mains point of view, and descriptive paper point of view. So you can't afford to miss this editorial. You have to read and understand. There should not be any ambiguity whatsoever. Now let us go to the editorial. How does it start? Guarantor beware. Generally, when you go to a bank also, you come across a small board in many banks, to use a politician's expression, from Delhi to gully. Any bank you come across a small board, it says, beware of pickpocketers. Pickpocketers is not correct English. That is wrong. Beware of pickpockets. Pickpocket is a noun as well as a verb. Someone has picked my pocket. I have used as a verb. I have seen a pickpocket. I have used as a noun. Never say pickpocketers. So quite often you come across when you go to different places, beware of dogs, one expression. Beware of pickpockets. Don't use pickpocketers. Here it talks about guarantors, beware. Beware means be cautious or be alert. Now, why? Because of a particular judgment, Supreme Court judgment. Now, what is the main idea of the editorial? Entrepreneurs signing guarantee will have to be. This is an important expression you have got many a time. You will be getting also. What is this? Have to. Have to or has to. It's a helping verb. It has a function. What is a function? It is used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. And here you see will have to. That talks about the future. In future, they have to be careful. Means what? A situation, an obligation imposed by a situation or an external authority. So this expression you come across quite often, and guarantor means a person who provides, acts as a, imagine you take loan from someone and another person says, if this person does not pay the loan, I'm going to pay the loan. Then we call the second person the guarantor. So we'll have to be certain that the business will not flounder, will not, future tense, won't flounder. Flounder is an important word. In this context, it means to have a lot of financial troubles. Now, let us go to the backdrop information. Why this editorial has been written? What is a stimulus? The Supreme Court judgment upholding creditors' right to proceed against personal guarantors to loans provided by them to a corporate borrower helps lift the uncertainty over the extent to which banks and other financial lenders can pursue not only the corporate debtor but also the individuals who had furnished personal guarantees to enable the flow of credit to the company they had stood surety for. Now, this is like a paragraph, one sentence, so many words, and a lengthy sentence. Nothing to worry. I have told many a time, whenever you come across a particular sentence which is lengthy, looks like a paragraph, not easy to understand. You got to read twice, thrice, only then you can understand, and you have to divide the sentence, the subject, the verb, the object, the phrases, the clauses, then easy to understand. In a nutshell, what does it mean? This talks about the Supreme Court judgment upholding the creditor's right. Uphold, an important word. What does it mean? It means to support or to confirm, uphold. An important word you have to know. It's a legal term. Upholding what? Creditor's right. Now, those who provide the loan, the banks in this context, and other financial lenders, they should have the right to get back the money they lent, and the borrowers should be responsible. Now, generally, what happens, you all must be knowing this, but I'll put it in a nutshell, in brief. Someone takes loan, and there is no guarantee he's going to return, then to be on the safe side, the bank people or the banks, they expect another person to act as a guarantor. What does it mean? In case the person who borrows a loan does not or fails to pay the loan, then the guarantor's responsibility to pay the loan. This is a basic framework. Everyone knows that. Now, this particular judgment talks about in case in the past it was not like that, the guarantor not really responsible, but now the court judgment says the guarantor, a separate entity that you will come across later, guarantor a different species altogether, categorized as a different species, and he is liable, legally responsible to pay that money. And one more thing, the wrinkle, innovation, he cannot go back to the borrower for that particular amount. He has to pay on his own. So this is a little dangerous thing for those who act as guarantors. This is what the sentence talks about. The Supreme Court judgment upholding creditors' right to proceed against personal guarantors. As I said, this editorial is all about personal guarantors. They should be aware, they should be extra cautious, they should think twice before signing any document before they become guarantors. To loans provided by them to a corporate borrower helps lift the uncertainty. Now, this is not there, imagine. Then the possibility of getting the money back a little uncertain. To remove that uncertainty, this particular judgment helps. Over the extent to which banks and other financial lenders can pursue not only the corporate debtor but also the individuals who had furnished personal guarantees to enable the flow of credit to the company they had stood surety for. Now, there are two parties. One, the corporate person, the company that borrows the money. Second entity, the person who acts as a guarantor. Now, because of this judgment, the bank can deal with the company, that is the first party, let us take that way, and also the person who acts as a guarantor. In case the company does not pay the money back, they can touch the guarantor, and legally the guarantor is responsible to pay the money back. So the lengthy sentence talks about that, and grammar point of view helps lift the uncertainty. That is very important. What is the reason? Today, if you take help, it's a causative verb. You cannot use to, the preposition to after one is help, the other one more wait. Make to wait. That is not correct. Made, wait is correct. And here you cannot use after help, you cannot use a preposition to. So causative verbs are very important. Two verbs are very important from the exam point of view. One is make, the other one is help. So you have to recollect that particular rule. And after that, here you see not only but also. You have got many a time. You all must be knowing whenever you see not only, you have to expect but also. But do remember, English has rules, English has exceptions. Not always. So read the sentence, understand the context, and sometimes you don't have to use but also. Maybe but is enough, maybe also is enough. It depends on the context, the writer's idea. But generally speaking, exam point of view, not only but also. They give a question based on parallel expression. This is nothing but parallel expression. So parallel expressions are very important. Bank exams, other exams point of view. You have to recollect that not only the corporate debtor noun, but also the individual's noun. You need to use the same part of speech after not only but also. Not easy to understand. First reading, you cannot understand that sentence, but twice, thrice, you can understand. This ought to be of significant consequence. Now, the editorial talks about the significance of this particular judgment, and it has to be, or it ought to be, significant consequence. It has to make an important impact. This ought to be, already have got ought to be many a time. Old English should, informal, ought to, formal. Advised, or it is used to advise or suggest someone. Modern English ought to has become outdated. Still, people are using here this part of the world. That's a different thing. I think it is going to come. Okay. I hope now it's all right. Just respond. Say it's okay or it's not okay. What is this paragraph reading outside is preferable? What does it mean, Vijay? Now let me continue. The two-judge bench was considering a clutch of petitions challenging. I think we have done with this. In dismissing the petitions, the judges made clear that the government was right in carving out personal guarantors as a separate species of individuals, given the intimate connection between such individuals and corporate entities to whom they stood guarantee. This talks about the same thing. Banks now stand a real chance. Now the editorial says banks now have a real chance to recover the amount. Banks now stand a real chance of recovering substantially more from the resolution of a stressed corporate entity, as in most cases it has been the relatively affluent promoters who have been standing as individual personal guarantors for the loans extended to the companies they promoted. So now it talks about the banks, they have a chance, fair chance to get the money back. That is one thing. What is the reason? Generally, when it comes to the personal guarantors or the promoters, they are affluent promoters. There's one important word here. Affluent means what? Very rich. Because these promoters or the guarantors, personal guarantors are very rich, affluent, it is rather easy to get the money back or amount back. Now, what is the impact of this? Who gets badly affected? Several corporate leaders are said to be impacted. A lot of corporate leaders are going to get affected or to be impacted. It is in passive voice. The promoters of many defaulting corporates, which are facing action under the IBC, had furnished guarantees for thousands of crores in loans availed by the companies they ran. So obviously now the responsibility will be on the personal guarantor, and usually these are rich people, affluent uh, corporate leaders. They have to shell out the amount to the banks or the financial institutions. Now, the editorial provides information regarding State Bank of India. The State Bank of India alone had submitted past perfect in the apex code that it had served, again past perfect, demand notices aggregating, totaling to more than 39,000 crore to individuals who had signed as guarantors for credit provided to corporate entities. Specific example: the judges also cleared the air over another issue. This is the wrinkle that is bound to strengthen the creditors' positions in all ongoing, future, and even completed insolvency proceedings. Now, what is that particular issue? The bench ruled that the approval of a resolution plan for the corporate debtor does not extinguish the personal guarantor's liability. Approval of a resolution plan for the corporate debtor does not extinguish, does not end the personal guarantor's liability, which it said arises out of an independent contract. They have separated the corporate debtor, one thing, and the personal guarantor, another entity. So approval of a resolution plan for the corporate debtor does not extinguish, does not end the personal guarantor's liability. Still, they are liable, which it said arises out of an independent contract. This is really because of this, the persons or the people who go as guarantors, they have to think twice. Lenders can now proceed against the guarantors to enhance recovery, given that most banks agree to haircuts when negotiating a resolution plan with a new promoter for the defaulting company. The only wrinkle here, it is not easy to understand the meaning of the word wrinkle. A general meaning of the word wrinkle, it means what? It means a fold. But here means a wrinkle means there are two meanings again. One, innovation, a clever innovation, one thing, and a useful piece of information or advice. The only wrinkle here is that once a resolution plan becomes legally binding, the guarantor loses a recourse to remedy from the borrower. The guarantor cannot go back to the borrower. He will not have that right. When the creditor invokes the personal guarantee, that is very dangerous for the guarantors. Now, how does the editorial end? Entrepreneurs will now have to think twice before signing a personal guarantee unless they can be very certain that the business they found will not flounder. So they have to think twice before acting as guarantors, otherwise, they'll be in trouble. This is all about the editorial, and let us go to the enrichment part. What is the first word over here? Ought to. I have explained previous one. Ought to means this ought to be of significant consequence. This should be of significant consequence. Then I explained the difference between should and ought to. They are used, what is a function? They are used to express, to advise or suggest someone. So ought to, it should make, it's like a personal opinion. And also the second function of should, it talks about possibility, but the chances are less. So, what are the words you can learn? Beware, be cautious and alert to risks. This is an important word. Obviously, the context talks about this. Flounder, a new word. Be in serious difficulty, financial problems. Upholding, a legal term, means what? It means confirm or support. And expedite, you have got many a time, speed up. Insolvency. Insolvency means not in a position to pay debts. It talks about a situation. Bankruptcy, unable to pay debts, both mean the same. But this talks about the legal aspect. And usage point of view, corporate insolvency, that expression is in usage. Entities, in this context, companies or organizations, substantially, considerably, affluent, very rich, avail, use or take advantage of something, usually avail loans. Liability, state of being legally responsible, liable, legally responsible. Extinguish usually goes with fire, and in this context, put an end to. Wrinkle, a clever innovation. This is the most important word you have to learn, not the regular meaning, a different meaning altogether. Useful piece of information or advice, two different meanings, but general meaning, a wrinkle means a fold. Remedy, solution. Now, comprehension point of view, let us have a look at enrichment. What is this editorial about? You should write you in your own sentences. And what is already under a mountain of bad loans? Again, easy to answer based on the key words. What does not extinguish the personal guarantor's liability? What does not extinguish the personal guarantor's liability? When does a guarantor lose a recourse to remedy from the borrower? Based on the keywords, easy to answer. Who will now have to think twice before signing a personal guarantee? At the fag end of the editorial, it talks about that, easy to answer. Now let us go to the practice questions related to exam topics. Today I am providing a real format. In each question, a sentence divided into four parts denoted by A, B, C, and D has been given. Read the sentence to find out whether there is any grammatical error in it. The error, if any, will be in one part of the sentence. That part is the answer. If there is no error, the answer is no error. Now read the sentence and tell me which part has an error. Fire extinguisher, that's right. Already Manikanda has answered. Oh, okay, I got it. Hope you got it now. And yesterday you were asking, sir, what is the difference between altogether, altogether? When you write it as one word altogether, it has been removed altogether, means completely. When you write all one word, together one word, all together, means all of them together they did something. They all went to the director together. All together talks about a lot of people going together, and all together, one word, means completely. Something has been removed altogether. A lot of students have answered. Answer is A. There is an error in the first part. What is that? Give me a second. 2 months are not. You cannot say 2 months are not. You should say 2 months is not. So here it should be the first part. Are is not correct. It should be is. 2 months is not a very long time. When it comes to time, money, or distance, weight, expressions related to measures, though they appear in the plural form, English people consider those expressions singular. Based on that, we should use a singular verb. 2 months plural, Common sense, logic, we should use a plural verb. But English does not depend on logic. English has a lot of exceptions. 5 kilometers are a long distance to walk. Not correct. 5 kilometers is a long distance to walk. The same way, 2 months is not a very long time. That's an important question. In many exams, they have given questions based on these expressions which take a singular verb. Please go to the second sentence. A lengthy sentence you got to read carefully. I'm going to bring 4 exercises, that means 20 questions. Numbering will be the same, focus on the number, except para jumble. So, second one, where is the error? The police seized 230 vehicles, including 215 two-wheelers, 3 cars, and other vehicles. Found plying. Plying is an important word you have to learn. Means running. At the time of the strike, we say, are the buses plying? So remember that particular word. It's an important word. Where is the error? Plying, nothing wrong with that. Someone says C is the answer, but what is wrong with that part? Here, you cannot say defying of the, that is not grammatically correct. You should use in defiance, Difiance. Defying is not correct. In defiance of the lockdown regulations. Defy, to disobey, to question, not to follow. Defying. The word is right, but the form is not correct. In defiance of, not in defying. That's not correct. Now go to the third sentence. Nepal plunges into fresh political turmoil. Turmoil is an important word. Disturbance, problem, problematic situation, and typical combination political turmoil. On Saturday, as President Devi Bhandari dissolved parliament and fixed general elections in November amid a worsening COVID-19 outbreak. Yes, Vishnuvardhan, that is the right expression. In defiance is a right word. There is no other problem. Found, yes, of course, it is right. Do remember when I say there is an error with one particular word, there is a problem. Remaining sentence is absolutely right. You don't have to waste your time. If you take sentence number 2, I have said where the error is. That means other words are perfect. No, there is an error. Yes, Yakub has got it right. Rajashekar also, Shivkumar also. Here, on Saturday, time factor is always important. On Saturday goes into past. Then you cannot use a present form. Plunges is not correct. You should say Nepal plunged. The verb should be in the past form. Then it is correct. Now go to sentence number 4. Plunges is not correct. Plunged is correct. All are lengthy sentences you got to read very carefully. Only then you can spot the error. Past tense, yes. Past time, we should use past tense. Please go to sentence number 4. Very good. Sandeep has got it right. First one to get it within no time. I appreciate that, Sandeep. Very good. Now, where is the error? This sentence should be in passive voice. In Rajkot, where more than 500 cases of the fungal infection have reported, that is active voice present perfect, but it should be in passive voice. Based on that, one word is missing. Which word is that? Have been reported. So you cannot say have reported. Here it should be cases have been reported. Then it is correct. And make a note, it is about present perfect tense in passive voice. Under pressure, not easy. Have been reported. That's right, Yakub. Please go to the last one. The sudden crackdown by police on food delivery executives had an immediate impact on restaurants, which are already reeling from the effects of lockdown. This is rather easy, should not be difficult. Very good. Uday Kumar has got it. First one to get it right. It is not effects, it should be effects. We have to use a noun form. What is the noun form of that effects? Very good. A lot of students have got it right. I appreciate. Now let us go to question 6 to 10. Direction. Five statements are given below, which are jumbled in a random order. These statements will form a coherent and meaningful paragraph when arranged in the correct sequence. Arrange the sentences in the right order and answer the questions that follow. No questions. Because of lack of time, we cannot give which is the first, which is the second. Hope you guys can understand. Try to get the correct order. That's enough. Then I will tell you the correct order. Effects. That's the right word. Only us. There are six parts you got to read very carefully. Science related, not that easy. Effect, noun. Yes, Nikhil, you're right. Effect is what? Noun. Please go to the next exercise. What is the first sentence? Whenever you deal with para jumbles, first you should take elimination approach and try to get the first sentence or the sentence with the main idea or the topic sentence. So here, what is the first one? D is the first one. Using genome sequences, researchers from McGill University have shown what? Ask a question. Have shown that the three-spined stickleback type of fish can adapt to extreme climatic changes. So what is the second one here? DA. Here the clue for you, climatic changes. Where do you find the word DA? One idea. Then it's a bit difficult. If you get the third one, you can get the correct order, entire paragraph. What is the third one? B. No, B is not correct. Third one is the most difficult. Very good. Who is this? Nagamani has got it right. The third one is E. Climatic changes, continuity of thought, climate change. After that, it is easy. Climate change is leading to habitat loss, negative thing, and temperature swings, another negative thing. And this finding can help. So, what is the next one? B. And temperature swings. Climate change is leading to habitat loss and temperature swings. And this finding can help scientists. Obviously, you're left with what? The last one is F. DAEBF. Perfect. Bhavana has got it right. I don't know how many students, but that's good. Let us have a look. Actual paragraph. When you see the words in red, they show the continuity, the clues. Here, using genome sequences, researchers from McGill University have shown, ask the question, shown what? That the three-spined stickleback can adapt to extreme climatic changes. One idea, two sentences or two parts. Climate change, clue for you, climatic changes. Then you have climate change is leading to habitat loss and temperature swings. And this finding can help scientists map out the population's evolutionary future. Oh, we got one more. And what is the last one? I forgot. The last one is what? Here. C is the last one. The group, definite article, found the fishes rapidly adapted to changes happening in real time. Now, this is an important exercise, moderate. It is not that difficult, but you need a bit of science background and also you have to look at the key words. Now, direction 11 to 15. Read the passage given below and fill in the blanks with the suitable option. For the first time, I have brought the blanks with options. So, a bit challenging exam model. Look at the blanks, understand the context, look at the options, and choose the right word. Please mention the question number. Now, you can mention the question numbers. Question number 11, what is the right word? Blank number 11. 11.3. Dissolve, that is the right word. Here, dismiss would have been right. Dissolve means what? Dismiss or cancel. You cannot use grammatically, this is not right. Cancel, right. Dissolve, right. Banned, grammatically not correct because to dismiss, to ban. Declare, not relevant. Please listen very carefully. Now, both mean the same, cancel or dissolve. Then both are synonyms. Which one are you supposed to choose? This goes with everyday English. This goes with effective English. Always choose the one that goes with effective English. So, what is the answer? Dissolve is the right word. Myanmar's junta has threatened to dissolve the political party of ousted civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi over what? Accuse cannot use in the present form. Alleged, hold that one. Criminal voter fraud. Then no need to consider. They can take action. Reported, not relevant. Condemned, not relevant. What is the answer? Alleged. That is the answer. Now go to the next one. 13.4. Union Election Commission Chair Tain So said on Friday, into. What into? Probing. They should use a noun form. Probe would have been better. Probing, grammatically not correct. Research, not relevant. And work, not relevant. Details, not relevant. The investigation into November's election result was almost complete. Go to blank number 14. Investigation is the right word. What should we do with the National League for Democracy party that acted illegally? Should we dissolve the party? See, same word has been used. Should we dissolve the party or charge who, those who, what? You guys are still with the 13th one. Committed. Those who committed, that is the right word. Made of the nation, made this illegal activity. No. Those who indulged in this would have been correct. Indulged in, but you don't see in, so it is not correct. Those who resorted to this illegal would have been correct, but you don't see to, so it is not correct. Those who did this doesn't go with effective English. So what is the answer? Those who committed this illegal activity as what? As enemies of the nation? Yes. Consider fugitives, not relevant. Fugitive means a person who commits a crime in a particular country and escapes to some other country. Then we say he is a fugitive. Hold traitors, spies, no, not relevant here. Hold betrayer. There are three words you have to consider. Enemies, which are better words, traitors, betrayers. So don't consider enemies. But here, as those means plural. Betrayer is also the right word, but it is in the singular form. You cannot use a singular form, you need the plural form. Based on that, traitors, answer is the third option. See here, you can see the actual text. Dissolve. then alleged, investigation, committed, traitors. Now, this is again I have brought for the first time exam pattern. Have a look. Which of the following phrases should replace the phrase given in bold in the sentence to make it grammatically correct? If the sentence is correct as it is given, mark no correction required as your answer. 4 is also very good. Naresh, you should be very happy. 4, good. Yes, yes, I'm going to make same exam pattern. Even today, the phrase replacement also exam pattern. Error location also, I have brought the questions divided into parts. That is also exam pattern. So that you get used to these questions, then in the exam it becomes easy for you. All the 5 correct. Karani Singh, that's good. Yakub also. Please go to phrase replacement. The novel coronavirus responsible for COVID-19 could cause not more than common cold-like coughs and sniffles within the next decade, according to a study. So 16, what is the answer? Not more than. You cannot use then in this context. Not much than. We cannot use much here. No less. No less than. Again, less doesn't go with this context. What is the answer? A few students have got it right. Yes, you are right. Who is this Ganesh? That is the right word. I didn't want to say that. No more than. Much cannot be used. So, what is the answer? Could cause no more than common cold like coughs. Answer is the third option. This is a little challenging, not that difficult. You have to read carefully. The team found that the host range of all of the invasive whiteflies was increasing due to their monophagous nature, ability to feed on various kinds of food, and prolific breeding. Prolific means uh, increasing rapidly, proliferate, to increase rapidly. Please go to question number 17 and tell me where the error is. Not here, previous one. That's the reason why I have not given not more than, but usage point of view, we say no more than. We don't say not more than. No more than, that's a standard phrase. We cannot change the phrase. Who is that? Vishnuvardhan. No more than, a standard phrase. Please go to question number 17. Here there is a clue for you. What is it? It talks about feeding habit, ability to feed on various kinds of food. Various kinds means many, different. Mono means only one. Based on that, you cannot use monophagous, not correct. Due to their biphasic phase, two phases in life cycle, biphasic. It doesn't talk about the phases, it talks about feeding habit. Because of would have been correct. Since doesn't go with this. Due to their polyphagous, poly means many, polyphagous nature. Answer is the fourth one. Absolutely. Please go to question number 18. Not only did India fail to place firm orders with the two companies well in advance, but also it did not provided the companies any funding till a month ago to expand the manufacturing capacities. Go to question number 18. Biphasic is not correct. Phase, a particular stage. It doesn't talk about a particular stage. It talks about the food habit. Meaning has been given in brackets. Now let us go to the next one. Tell me where the error is. Here you cannot use the past in. The verb should be in the basic form without to or bare infinitive. So it is not correct. But it also did not. But also should be there. But it also did not provide. Not correct. Only also not correct. But also it did not provide. Only but is not correct. What is the answer? but also, not only but also, it did not provide. Then it is correct. Parallel expression, you have just got one question. Now go to question number 19. The BRICS Astronomy Working Group had recommended networking of telescopes in member countries and creating a regional data network. Did provided is not correct. You have highlighted. Now 19, where is the error? Please go to the 19th one. Not only, but also. Here, had recommended is not correct. What is the reason? When there are two clauses expressing two actions that happened in the past, one after the other, for the first action we should use past perfect, second one past tense. Here it is only one idea and there's no time. Any past action, no time, then we should use present perfect. Have is not correct because it is singular. Has recommended. Have been recommending, not correct. You don't have to use present perfect continuous because you don't have the time phrase. So what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. Has recommended. Present perfect tense based on what? Based on a past action, no time phrase. Any past action without any time phrase, we should use present perfect tense. It has recommended. That is perfect. Now go to the last one, phrase replacement. Where is the error? The 5-decade-old Duraflex Private Limited, a sleep solutions provider, has set its sights on achieving a turnover of 1,000 crore in financial year 2022, tailoring its products for customer needs. Question number 20, where is the error? Third one, tailoring their products for. No, not correct. Who is this? Yakub has got it right. First one, I suppose, to get it right. After that, Nagamani also, she has got it right. Answer is then Shivakumar. Answer is the fifth option. Here, achieving, set its sights. Here, company singular. There cannot be used. Its sights on achieving and tailoring its products for customer needs. Absolutely no problem. The sentence is perfect. Now, the last exercise, let us do it very fast. Already have learned the words beware of. Beware means what? Have a look and try to respond. One, here it is a verb. Beware means be cautious. G. And flounder. Flounder, again a verb. Floundered, a regular verb. What is the answer? Be in serious difficulties or be in serious financial problems. So answer is H. 1G, 2H. And upholding. Uphold is a verb. And what is the answer? Confirm or support. Confirm or support. Expedite, again a verb. Speed up, that's right. Where is it? J is the answer. Insolvency. Insolvency means noun, unable to pay debts. Remedy is also a noun, a solution. Remedy means what? Solution. Remedies, plural form. Accelerate, speed up. Yes, that is also a good word. Accelerate, speed up, expedite. Entities, noun. Entities, singular. Entities, plural. Means, in this context, companies. Could be an individual also, entity. Entities, individuals. So, what is the answer? C. Substantially, adverb. Means what? Considerably. D is the answer. Affluent people, affluent societies, adjective. What does it mean? D. Ninth one. Go to the ninth one. 9E. Very rich. Stinking rich or filthy rich. You can use those expressions as well. And what is the last one? Avail. Verb means use or take advantage of something. That's all from today's editorial. We had buffering problem for a few seconds, I suppose. So that's it for today. And in the description of the video, you have the Telegram group link. And try to subscribe to the channel, subscribe and share. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.